What is going on, GM fam? We are back with yet another video on, you guessed it, Nasty Red. Today we're going to start the body work. We got it all torn apart, so what I'm going to do first is basically get all this nasty rotten shit cut out of here. Basically what I'm going to do is take this panel down here, like so, and fit it up in here, and then I'm going to take either a black Sharpie or a piece of chalk, something that will mark to exactly where this piece will go, so I know how much I can cut out and how much I can save of the original rocker, just to add a little bit more strength. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll probably leave this lip in here, and then I got to get this piece taped back. I tried taking that screw. You really can't see it. There's a bolt in here that holds the seatbelt on, and I can't get it out to save my life. So I'm just going to kind of pull it back a little bit, mark where I need to, see how far the rust and everything comes over, and then I'm going to cut all whatever that needs to come out. So that's going to be the start of this video, and then I'll bring you guys back and show you how to do the inner rocker, and then also that cab bushing mount that sits right in this area. So stay tuned, guys. Alrighty guys, flip that light on, there we go. So I got this all marked up. You can see how far it's going to come out. These X's here are basically going to be what I'll be cutting out, and then I got a few dash marks up here, and that's going to indicate how high I go up on it. As you can tell, this side wraps around, and you can basically see it on the old one. So I'm going to come in, drill all these. I don't know how you guys can see that, but there's little, I don't know how well you can see that, but right here the tip of my finger is where it's at, and right here, well, you can see that one. Those are spot welds, factory spot welds. I'm going to come in and drill those out, so when I come and make my cut up in here and then all the way down, I'll be able to pull this whole section off. I'll cut it down in here. I might be able to drill these ones out and pull all this nasty off of this, but like I said, I'm going to come in, drill those out, and then get all this stuff cut out, and I'll bring you guys back shortly. Okay guys, sorry it's kind of dusty in here. You can see all the rust on the ground just from beating this thing out. Piles of it everywhere. But so we got the main rocker cut out. You can see my mark how far it's going to go out, but I'm not going to take it all the way out because this is still solid. So I'm probably going to splice it right in here, and then obviously it'll have to wrap around the front up there. But this inner rocker panel, you can see, has the bolt hole that would be right here. So it goes so about there all the way to about where this plug starts. So right in this area over here. So I mean, we have plenty of inner rocker. I'm gonna come in with my cutoff wheel, probably go underneath of there, get all this section cut out on the back side, all the way to the front, and then I'm just gonna make a nice cut all the way across the front here. Depending on how nasty it is under there, I might take a wired brush, just clean everything up. Put a few screws in this, one in probably each corner, and maybe 2 down the middle just to hold it in place, and if I need to move it, I can. I would recommend doing that before you go in and try and weld it solid. I'm not a big fan of welding these solid all the way across. I like putting a couple screws in it and then doing a small weld each section, letting it cool. Don't try and weld it all at one time, because then you can end up warping this and not fitting up to the outer rocker very well. So I go in, weld a little section down here, maybe one in the middle and then one on the outside, and then 20 minutes later come back and do it, and getting it a nice finish. And then what I do when I have this all up in there nice, come back with what they call seam sealer. It's what the factory uses on a lot of their seams, basically, hence the name seam sealer. But it's kind of like a caulk. You just put it along the seam. It creates a nice bond so no water or anything can get in it. But yeah, when I go to put this up here, I'm probably gonna spray, but once I get this all welded up in there, I'm gonna come back and spray the back, and then I'm gonna spray the inside of the outer rocker panel, so it'd be in between the inner and then the outer, with a Rust-Oleum paint, just to help preserve it longer, give it a little bit stronger or tougher texture. Just another bond that the rust has to fight through if it ever comes back. But I plan on getting this all sealed up. I'm gonna come in, cut that all out like I said. Well, we got the big LED light set up here. I just want to bring you guys back and show you what I all have done. So obviously you can see I have the inner and outer rocker cut out. That's a support member there for the A-pillar. What I did is I obviously, like you guys seen, I marked it, cut out all the junky rust and stuff. I came back and cut off where your inner rocker and outer rocker meet together, so where they mash together pretty much. I mean, you can still see a little bit right there. There's a little gap. I'll have to come back and trim up, but other than that, it's pretty much all clean up in there all the way to the edge. This new one here, like you've seen, it's got the bolt hole for the front fender down there, will come all the way out to this point here. So it'll come straight down all the way over, and then I said it lines up right in here. Obviously I'm not going to take it that far. I'm going to stop it right here, right at the edge of this rust. I'm going to clean all this up, because this is a support piece. I mean, it's still, you can still tell it's nice and sturdy, but come in, clean all that up. I'm going to take that piece here, I'll mount it right up underneath, put a few screws in it in case I need to move it one way or the other, and then I'll come back and weld it all in. But that's basically it for that. I'm going to clean up some of this chips and I don't even know what you want to call this here. But I'm going to come back with a grinding pad, clean all this up, make it a little bit smoother, a little bit more presentable when I go to weld it and screw in the outer rocker panel, so it's not all uneven and stuff. So that's basically that for now. I'll bring you guys back shortly once I get it all cleaned up so you can see it. Okay guys, I want to apologize again. It's a little dusty in here, but I got this all ground down just around here to clean this up a little bit. You guys can see it. It just makes it a lot cleaner surface. Oh, there's still a sticker there. But you can just tell how much cleaner it looks all the way across there, without all those metal shavings and stuff flaking off here. There's still a little bit on there, but I'll come back and clean that up a little bit more. Clean this up a little bit. 95% of the reason why your outer rockers will rust out is because in the factory, when they do them, they stick this sound deadening foam crap in here. I mean, you can still kind of see it here, and that just collects water and then it gets rusted. So I'm gonna get all this ground down, probably tape up around here a little bit, and then throw some rust reformer on there to help that piece, because that's a support piece inside that rocker panel that runs all the way back. So I'm gonna get that all shot, and then same up there with that front, that other front support piece there. I'm gonna try and move down here to this bracket, this cab mounting bushing bracket. Try and get that bolt and stuff taken out of there, get that all ground out. Hopefully I can get that piece taken out, get that bushing wedged out, but I'll probably have to take that, drop that bolt down, grab my jack, put a board up in here and just jack that up so I get about, I don't know, yay much room in there to pull that bushing and everything out. And then I'll come in and grind that all down and get that all nice and cut out and get that other one thrown in there and make sure it's all perfect and ready to go. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. I don't even know what time it is. I'm guessing probably 11:30. I'm trying to get that piece cut out. I'm probably going to continue this video in to tomorrow. Trying to get all this stuff fit in. I got to pick up some sheet metal screws. I'm off tomorrow, but I think my dad's going to let me borrow his truck, so I'll probably run to Home Depot tomorrow and try and grab some, so I can do what I said, just screw it down on a few corners. You need to move it, you can. If you guys are doing a project like this and it's your first time or you're a beginner or whatever, just remember, you're learning as you do, doing what I love. I wear it every day on my wrist. That's my motto for my YouTube channel. You don't have to be a professional to do this stuff. Just take your time. That's what I'm here for, trying to make these videos for you guys. There's tons and tons of how-to videos out there. Maybe not for your vehicle, maybe it's for a different style truck, maybe it's for an older style truck, but you can just kind of watch those, learn how those guys do it, kind of see what's right and wrong. You just got to do it yourself. So remember, learning as I do, doing what I love. Don't get frustrated about it. I had that problem when I first started out. Something didn't go my way. I got pissed off and I just wanted to give up. But 3 years down the road where I'm at now, I mean, I'm doing my own auto body. I love it. It's basically my stress relief now. I come out here, work away on these trucks, these vehicles for these customers, and I go from there. So like I said, I'm gonna probably continue this video into tomorrow, just because I want to see or get you guys footage of all this going on through here, and same with that cab mount bushing and stuff, or bracket, just so you guys can see it all going in. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna hopefully try and get that cut out a little bit, and stay tuned, guys. Alrighty guys, we're back. We're going to continue this video like I said. Nothing's changed. Got everything cut out. Started getting this piece cut out down here. I don't know how you guys will be able to see it, but what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come up top, move all the carpet, the sound deadening stuff, kind of pull it back, and actually drill out those spot welds on the top of that bracket. I could try and do it underneath, but I'm just going to come up and find them on the top instead of laying underneath and all the crud and stuff and having metal shavings fall down on my face. So we're gonna go ahead and get that. I'm probably gonna start out with like on a smaller drill bit or a punch the holes, come back with a bigger drill bit, drill them out, and then that will allow me to get in there with the air hammer, break everything free, and go from there. So I'm gonna grab my tools real quick while I'm doing that. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. I'm gonna try and get this video up Saturday. There's gonna be a lot of footage in this video, from replacing rockers, inner rockers, that cab mount stuff, so just bear with me. But yeah, I'm gonna grab my tools real quick and then I'll bring you guys back shortly. Okay guys, well we got pretty much everything wrapped up on the driver's side, just gotta put everything in. Spent probably 2 hours on trying to get this old cab mount out. It was a pain in the butt. As you can see, I don't know how well you can see up in there, but I have the bushing setting up right there. So basically how this works is you have your bolt, it goes up through the bottom like so, and then you have your bushing and then your mount. The bolt will screw into this mount. Well, the new cab mount doesn't have a bolt, or a nut on top, excuse me, a nut. have the nut on top, so I'm probably gonna find one that screws on here, tack weld it in probably 4 to 5 places all the way around there so it holds. And then when I go to run that bolt back up in there, everything will be held on tight. But before I do that, I gotta come back and put in my inner rocker, because these tabs here, these 3 little tabs, rest up against that inner rocker panel like this. So I'll bring that inner rocker in, get it all screwed in a couple places to hold it, make sure it's exactly where I need it to be, make sure it lines up in the front, make sure it's good in the back, and then I'll tack weld it in a couple spots, get that mount put in there, get it screwed down, make sure it's where I need it to be. I'll put that bolt and everything up in there to hold it. I'll come back and weld it, and then we'll move on to the outer rocker panel. So I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'm gonna go grab a drink when I get back. Probably gonna take off these hoses over here. There's a crack in this one here. I'm gonna take off and get a new one for him, and then there's a little crack starting in this one right there. So I'm gonna get those taken off, go get new hoses for him tomorrow, probably tomorrow or Saturday. Probably put in hours again tomorrow, but get this door taken off, do the same process to this side. This cab mount should be a lot easier because I don't have a lot of the stuff in the way. I can peel the carpet back and stuff. On the driver's side, I had the pedal, so I should be able to peel this back a little bit farther, drill those out, and drop it down so easily that I should just do it in my sleep. But like I said, I'm gonna take a break real quick, guys. I'll bring you guys back shortly, and we'll continue working on NASCAR. Well, guys, I got this inner fender off of the passenger side. What I did is I came through with this small drill bit, if it's over here somewhere. It's a little bit smaller than that one. And then I took the bigger one that's in the drill there and drilled all those spot welds out. You can see them all the way across there. And I just came back with a screwdriver and a hammer and just kind of pried it up everywhere. So I got the inner fender off the old fender, and it's on the new fender now. I got bolts in here just to line these holes up. It's not a perfect match, but we'll make it work. You can see a little bit of a gap up here. What I'm gonna do is push that fender down, which causes this side over here to kick in. I'll put a screw in up there, and then I'll push that side out and put a screw in it, and then I'll come back and tack weld it all the way across to hold it in place. Surprisingly, it didn't take me very long to get it all taken apart. I'd say probably an hour on just this one fender. I was expecting at least 2 to 3 hours, but it wasn't too bad. But we got those hoses off, gonna pick up some of those for him, as you've seen in that fast forwarding clip there. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I believe it's like 11:30ish. Yeah, 11:30. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I was out here the other night, was last night, till 12:45ish. Got here, came in here after work, get off work at 5, so I mean, it was a good couple hours out here just trying to get everything taken apart and stuff. So got a little hole there in the floorboard, probably golf ball size, maybe a little larger. I'm gonna cut a little square out, throw a patch in there, get it all welded up nice and solid again, and then I'm gonna throw some rust reformer over it so it doesn't rust again. Probably do that on that new cab mount down there as well. But that being said, guys, remember, learning as I do, doing what I love. I'm the GM man. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.